I'm not running into the room again being all super hyped. Honestly, I got most of my hype out while I was at work. Hello, what is up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and something that I have said multiple times throughout the channel is the fact that I love Crash Bandicoot more than life itself. And I made a video talking about how Crash Bandicoot pops are coming out, so if you haven't checked that out, go click that and please watch it. The way I acted in this video is pretty much how I kind of acted when I found out that these figures are coming out. But I wouldn't have found out this information if it wasn't for my boy Dylan D. So shout out to you, man, for letting me know word for word. Dude, I know it's off topic, but new Crash Bandicoot figures are going to be made by Neca. I'm hyped, my dude. Now, this is something that I've predicted months ago. I've said it in the pop video, but at this time, I have predicted it before, but I can't remember which videos in particular that I mentioned, hey, this is a possibility. Maybe it might ask me Mondays or something, I don't know, because whenever I was asked about Crash Bandicoot figures or something like that, I mentioned Neca has the best opportunity of doing it. But the reason why I thought that Neca was going to do it ended up being incorrect. But the fact that Neca is still doing it after I called it months ago, I feel like a freaking king. So as of right now, Neca has the license for Sony characters. So they've made Little Big Planet figures, they made a God of War figure, they've made a Nathan Drake figure from Uncharted, and yet I still cannot find that Nathan Drake for the life of me because I don't have a Toys R Us near me anymore. And whenever I go to FYE in the mall, they have Neca figures. I've seen the God of War figure. I've seen the Little Big Planet figures, but I've never seen an Uncharted figure there. And I was just there like a week ago. But since Crash Bandicoot just came out with a new game, it looks like Crash Bandicoot is trying to come back a big way. We have pop figures coming out. Again, I made a video about that. And you know, if they're making a pop of it, that probably means it's a big deal. Now here's the thing, I've wanted new Crash Bandicoot figures for the longest time. The closest thing we got to newer figures as of recently are just the Skylanders that you see on my desk. But the best figures out there that we've had for the longest time were the Resource Crash figures. But trying to find these things is the biggest pain in the ass, at least loose. If you look on eBay right now, if it's not a brand new figure, if it's loose, most likely the legs are broken. I'm going to be the first to admit this is not my childhood figure. This is a figure that I paid $60 or $50 for on eBay a couple of years ago because I wanted one and I had finally had some money to finally dish out on a figure like this. This is one of my favorite figures as a kid, so I'm happy that I paid that much money for this one. And it is the one that has the jetpack and everything with it. And I've done a review on it in the past, so if you want to look through that, look to my channel. And apparently I'm one of the only people on YouTube that did a review on this figure, so that is very odd. I don't want to say that Crash Bandicoot merchandise is very rare or anything, but as of now it is. But back then there was plenty of merchandise, action figures and all. Except for t-shirts, there was barely any t-shirts. Because we even got an Evel Knievel clone, and this thing is actually pretty freaking rad. Even places like Hardee's / Carl's Jr. and Taco Bell have had Crash figures in their Happy Meals, or it's not even Happy Meals, that's McDonald's. They had them in their kids' meals. And when it comes to more rare, obscure stuff, there's even a bobblehead. I love this bobblehead to death. I kind of use it as my trophy of having every main Crash Bandicoot game. But now I want to go for the cookie jar and I want to go for the piggy bank. But the piggy bank is probably going to be the most rare one out of the two, but I have no idea. So anyway, I'm rambling. Let's talk about how Neca is making these figures. It turns out Activision and Blizzard are teaming up with Neca to come out with new action figures to some of their famous franchises. So we're not just getting Crash Bandicoot figures, but this is what I'm going to be talking about because Crash Bandicoot is just everything to me. There's going to be an article in the description if you really want to look into it because it is a big article and I don't want to read it word for word. But some of the franchises that we're going to be getting in this is going to be stuff like Call of Duty, Skylanders, Crash Bandicoot, and then Bungie's throwing in their stuff like Destiny, because that's also Activision, Hearthstone, and World of Warcraft. I believe we did have World of Warcraft figures in the past, but they're no longer much of a thing anymore, so now they are making a comeback, and if anybody's going to do it, I think Neca is probably one of the best people to do it. Because they like hand sculpt everything, they hand sculpt the molds, it's not all done through computers, and it looks extremely well. I actually have a Neca figure. I have a Duke Nukem figure. I can't remember exactly where I put it. I'm pretty confident it's still on the shelf. I can't remember. But he's like really deep in the back, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I love the way Neca figures look. The articulation isn't as great as SH Figuarts or Figma, but the detailing they have on those figures is pretty fantastic. And besides this little news press right here, the next thing that we're probably going to hear about possible Crash Bandicoot figures. It's not even possible, it is happening. But possible news that is happening for Crash Bandicoot figures or any type of things that was listed in this little article is probably going to be happening with Toy Fair next year, and that's probably going to be around February or so. And Neca a while ago did tease that, oh, Crash Bandicoot's coming back, so... And this was before the Insane Trilogy was announced. So that was, what, almost 2 years ago? So yes, I am absolutely excited, and honestly, I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not like super giddy in front of the camera. I got most of that out at work and over Snapchat to a special someone. So there's no question, I'm absolutely getting these figures. But since we have the Insane Trilogy being a popular thing right now, there's a good possibility that they're going to probably revive a bunch of characters. Resource made some pretty solid figures, but unfortunately their Series 3 got cancelled. We could have had characters like Papu Papu, Ripperoo. I can't remember if Pinstripe was going to be a thing. I know there was going to be a warped version of Tiny. I don't know, there's a lot of figures that were announced, and a lot of them being bad guys, but unfortunately they didn't come into fruition. And now there's a small chance of me finally getting my Ripperoo action figure, because Ripperoo is probably my favorite enemy from Crash Bandicoot. So let me know in the comments, are you excited for a new possible Crash Bandicoot set? I have no idea where I'm going to put these figures, but I'm going to get them. I'm getting the Crash Bandicoot Pops. I'm going to even try to go for the Chase figure as well. But I am beyond hyped. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys to death, and if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description there's my social media, and if you love action figures, please check out my Instagram. I'm pretty confident you're gonna love it. But thank you guys so much. I love you all to death, and I'll see y'all in the next one.